Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Alex. Today I will be cutting mild cheddar cheese, which is hard, and I only have a plastic spatula as a tool to possibly cut into my cheese. I also have a bowl, a black big bowl, and then I have this beautiful dinosaur plate that I will be either using as a cutting board or as the actual plate to put the cheese on. So let's get started. I'm going to take my cheese, and I opened it up a little. I'm gonna put it on the plate, and I'm gonna use it as my cutting board. So when I first looked at this spatula, I don't think it's going to work because it is plastic. It's not very heavy, so I don't know if it will cut through this hard piece of cheese, but we're going to try. So here we go. Okay, well, I have one slice of cheese, and I'm going to place it on my plate like I would put it on a cheese plate. Okay, let's try another piece. Ooh, well, you can see that my first cut was pretty good, but my second cut was a little bit smaller. So let's try again with a different strategy. I'm going to make sure I have a big enough thickness, and then I'm going to cut down, but still a little bit of just a thinner piece of cheese. I do not think I'm gonna be using the bowl in this recipe unless I had crackers, and I would put the bowl in the center of the cheese, and then maybe I could put some crackers and put them in the bowl, just like this. So you can see, now my guests that come over for a party can have crackers with their cheese. Now before I put that bowl back onto the plate, let's see if I can cut a couple more pieces. I really didn't think this plastic spatula would work, and I would definitely think that a knife would work a little bit better, but I had to repurpose the spatula into a knife in order to cut pieces. Now, with my big piece, I could cut it again into a square, and let's see how that would work. That worked really nicely, so I can add that to my cheese plate. I'm gonna try one more slice. And you gotta really put the pressure on. There we go, got my piece, and now I'm gonna put it into squares. And remember, you can have any shape of squares. Remember, it is your cheese plate, so have some fun with it. A connection that I can make from this activity is that when we go into our classrooms every day, we never know what we're gonna be dealt with. Are we gonna have the textbooks for that lesson? Are we gonna have the technology for that lesson? Are we gonna have paper resources for that lesson? Every day, something comes up and we might have to change our plans. So the reason why I think we did this experiment is because we need to learn how to be flexible. In the component of teaching, learning, and technology, our learning from this activity was how can we repurpose these tools? When I first came into this experiment and I had to cut cheese with a spatula, I was really doubting myself. But after trying it, well, now I know I can cut cheese with a plastic spatula, which I really didn't think could happen. The teaching component, I think, comes from the prior knowledge that I had of how to create a cheese plate, and I taught myself, okay, I need to cut the cheese into pieces and then plate them nicely onto a platter. And even though my dinosaur plate wasn't the most beautiful plate, it works for this task. And did I really use the bowl for the cheese? No, but I repurposed it in a way where it added a little pizzazz to my dish by adding some crackers into the bowl and then plating the bowl onto my plate to add a little bit of a stylish, more cohesive cheese plate. The last part of this activity that relates to the technology, if I had technology in this experiment, I think it would have helped me create a pattern of what to do, or a strategy on what to do with the cheese in the plastic spatula, and maybe even included the bowl into the cheese platter in a different way. But since technology was missing, I was not able to really, hit the full potential of making a cheese plate. I just had to do it myself with my own teaching and learning. But if you don't have technology to help you, how do you even know what you're missing out there? Technology is going to be able to give us new strategies and new ways of doing things. So it is important to keep that in mind when you are planning lessons, because if we're not adding technology to our lessons, what are our kids missing out? What 21st century skills are these kids missing out on because you're not having the kids work with technology? Thank you for watching.